Good morning. All right, so we are here to discuss all about our topic for today is the introductions to virtualization. So we already started introducing the virtualization during our last meeting. So most of the topics that we have discussed last time, you know, we're going to discuss it again, no? Ano lang, I'll going to make it an overview on that. Okay? So, let's proceed. Okay. Okay, so before we proceed, let's replay what we have watched last time. Okay?
Virtualization. What's that? The simple answer, virtualization makes one physical computer act and perform like many computers. How? Every computer has four attributes: processor, memory, storage, network. So virtualization works like this. Take a big computer with plenty of processing, memory, storage, and network capacity. Install a piece of software called hypervisor. This physical machine is called the host. The hypervisor manages the physical resources of the host so that the virtual machines can use them as they need to. Guest computers run inside the physical hardware. They act exactly as though they were physical machines, but they aren't. They're just big files. Why would you virtualize? Run many servers on one physical server. Save money on hardware. Upgrade virtual machines hardware with mouse clicks. Disaster recovery. Virtual machines are files, so the entire VM can be backed up. Not just the data, but the OS, installed programs, the whole thing. Want to know more? Contact us for a free virtualization consultation at
Okay. So, yung pinakatumatak sa akin, no, dito is sabi dito, no, yung mga virtual machine can be upgradable anytime, anywhere, no, as long as you are able to access the server, no, and it is also there is a possibility of disaster recovery. Ibig sabihin, just in case, no, na um, na-delete yung file mo kasi file lang naman yung yung ano yung BM yung virtual machine eh. This is just a file. And once na ma-delete mo yan, pwede ang disaster recovery can be able to retrieve o pwede mo daw pwede mo daw siya i-restore, no? Since it is coming from the file. Okay? So ganun ka-flexible. Hindi katulad ng physical server pagka halimbawa nasira yung hardware nung physical server o yung hard disk, yung memory, you have to replace it. So kapag yung hard disk naman nasira, pinalitan natin, you have to install once again the operating system. Ito, you just need to restore, no? File lang naman siya. Okay? Sige. Next.
whole thing. Want to know more?
Okay, so virtualization. So virtualization technology is a process of creating the virtual platform, no? With the aid of virtualization software, no? With the help of the virtualization software. Maraming virtualization software like yung Oracle VirtualBox, VMware, Azure, AWS, and so on. No? Nakakapag-create daw 'yon ng virtual platform. Halimbawa, kailangan mo mag-create ng virtual laptop or virtual OS. No, hindi siya laptop, hindi siya desktop, but virtual OS. No, that you can still able to perform ano yung ginagawa mo on your laptop. Okay? Whether yung OS na yun, whether you can access it via desktop, you can access it via your mobile, and other tool or tablet na pwede mong gamitin for you to be able to access the virtual machine. As long as you have the internet, of course. Okay? Next, this software acts as a layer between the primary and secondary system or virtual system rather. It allows the virtual system to access the resources of the primary system such as room, or RAM, storage, CPU, network, and etc. Okay? Next. So, ito daw yung tsura niya, no? For example, ito yung buong server natin or buong laptop natin or desktop. Okay? 'Di ba? Nasa baseline niya is yung hardware kasi hindi naman gagana yung physical machine natin like laptop, desktop, or server kung walang hardware. Of course, kasi dito natin i-install eh. Okay? And then, i-install natin yung operating system. Okay? The OS. Okay? And then, once na ma-install natin yung OS, there is also an application. Na? Ano ba nag-install, bumili ka ng bagong laptop. Definitely, may kasama ng OS yon. No? Ito na yung kasama ng. Okay? There are also laptop na meron na ring application. No, pero parang yung halimbawa, yung Microsoft Office. So usually mga 30 days or 60 days or kung ilang man days na binibigay ng Microsoft for free, 'di ba? Okay? So doon ito yung normal computer. Okay? Then sa virtualization naman, no, one server for multiple applications. For example, ito yung normal computer natin. Dito naman, yung hardware natin, tapos meron tayong tinatawag na hypervisor. Hypervisor is the one who is managing the virtual machine. So imagine natin, this is a virtual machine. Bawat ito, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 5 virtual machines. And then for you to be able to manage it, you have to use the hypervisor. Okay? Kumbaga ito yung nagmamanage. Ito yung pinaka-accessin mo for you to be able to manage it. Okay? Next, host operating system. This is the operating system running. You know, for example, for what to call this? For VMware, this is the what we call ESXi or the OS of the host. No, if it is Microsoft naman, it is what we called the Windows Server data center yung version. Okay? Then next is guest operating system. The operating system running in the simulated environment like VMware, VirtualBox, and etc. Ito, instead of VMware yung gagamitin natin, ang gagamitin natin for this course is the VirtualBox. Okay? Later on, you have to install it. No? Once installed, you're going, dun sa laboratory natin, you're going to I'll be giving you a procedure para on how are you going to create a VirtualBox and how you're going to add memory and etc. Okay? Okay, next. So we have three types of or three virtualization techniques. We have the para virtualization, full virtualization, and OS level virtualization. Okay? And then the para virtualization approach is a little different. No? Unlike the full virtualization technique, the guest servers in a para virtualization system are aware of one another. Okay? A para virtualization hypervisor doesn't need as much processing power to manage the guest operating system. No? In short, no, yung para virtualization is one of the technique na medyo naiiba, hindi tulad ng isang virtualization technique na yung mga guest or mga virtual server niya or VM sa isang para virtualization system ay may kamalayan sa isa't isa, no? And also ang para virtualization hypervisor ay is hindi nangangailangan or hindi need na ganoong kalaking processing power para i-manage yung isang guest operating system. Okay? And then ito yung para virtualization architecture, no? We have the host, we have the virtualization layer, and then the para virtualize guest OS to hypercalls to the virtualization layer substitute virtualizable OS instructions. Okay, then dito naman yung mga user applications. Okay? And then the full virtualization usually gumagamit ng one of the particular type of software na tinatawag na supervisor. Hypervisor rather. Hypervisor is a direct connecting or interacts with the physical server, CPU, at the same time with the storage on the physical level. Okay? And this is acting as a platform, no, ng mga operating system. Okay? Doon sa isang virtual servers. Okay. Ang OS virtualization naman, approach doesn't use any hypervisor tulad ng gagamitin natin with Oracle VirtualBox, no? It doesn't need to use hypervisor at all. Instead, the virtualization capability is part of the host OS, which perform all the functions of a fully virtualized hypervisor. So on our end, we're going to use our laptop. So kailangan at least 8 gig yung memory ng laptop natin, no? Kasi brain mo, meron ka ng OS, 'di ba? Pag nag-install ka ng OS mo, it will consume a memory, no? And maglalagay ka pa ng isa pang virtualized operating system. And also it will consume another memory. Kung halimbawa, ang nagagamit mo na ngayon is 70%, wala ka pang ibang application na nirarun. So, pagka nag-install ka ulit ng another operating system, virtualized operating system, ano naman 'yon? Another 70% na naman 'yon. So, kung halimbawa, 8 gig lang 'yon, tapos sa isang OS pa lang, doon sa OS pa lang ng laptop mo, you were able to maximize the 70%. So, most probably, gagapang tayo kapag nag-install ka pa ng isa pang OS doon sa laptop mo. Okay? So, dapat at least powerful. Sa akin, no, I'm using gaming PC but only 8 gig lang yung memory nito. But I still able to manage yung two or three virtual machines. Okay? Depende dun sa OS na size ng OS na ilalagay ko per virtual machine. Okay? And then this is the virtualization comparison. Ito yung sa full virtualization. Ito yung sa Paravirt virtualization and also the hardware assisted. Okay? And then we have 4 types of virtualization. This would be our topic for the whole module 1. No? Number 1, this is the next topic that we're going to discuss, the server virtualization, desktop, network, and storage virtualization. Okay, so let's proceed with the server virtualization. So server virtualization involves creating an entirely new system on the existing primary system through virtualization. No? This is referring daw dun sa pag-create ng isa pang bagong sistema, sa pamamagitan ng virtualization. And which functions as a real computer. So para daw tunay na computer siya, no? Kaya lang virtualized, hindi you cannot touch, hindi katulad ng laptop natin or desktop natin that you can touch it, no? Pero ito, you just need to access it remotely. Okay? So, for example, creating a virtual machine using a hypervisor or virtual machine manager with Ubuntu Linux as the operating system on a computer that is already running Windows OS. For example, dito sa laptop natin, no? Nag-install tayo um, ng Oracle VirtualBox. Pag install natin, you know, doon sa Oracle VirtualBox, nag-create tayo ng isang virtual machine. No, so meron na tayong OS ng Windows which is yung OS ng laptop natin, and at the same time nag-create ka pa ng isang OS na Ubuntu Linux. Diba? Hindi naman natin pwedeng pagsabayin 'yon. Okay? So pwede natin siya ma-access pareho. Okay? Yung virtual machine mo at the same time yung ito yung laptop mo. Yung OS on your laptop. Okay? Ito, server virtualization software is a type of virtualization software that enables the creation of management of virtual server on a physical server. It allows multiple virtual servers, each with its own operating system and applications to run simultaneously on a single physical server. Ibig sabihin, you can be able to create or manage multiple virtual server, no, in one single machine, tulad nung nabanggit ko kanina last meeting, no, nung face to face tayo. Okay, for example, dito pakita ko sa inyo dito. For example, this is the physical server natin. Yan, ito yung physical server. Tapos, dito, ito yung mga VM natin. VM, tapos, syempre, pagka may VM ka, meron ka ring application na running. Virtual machine, ito yung mayroong OS, yung application, ito yung in-install natin application. Ayan. Ayan. So we can put multiple applications here as long as kaya ng physical machine natin. Ibig sabihin, kung halimbawa ito, katumbas na itong mga to is 100 ilang CPU? 100 CPU. No? Ito lahat ng mga virtual machines mo. Dapat yung virtual machine natin is katumbas din. Hindi lang katumbas, dapat more than pa. Hold on, let me just check with, baka mamaya mali yung ano ko. Sinishare ko. Hold on. Okay. So dapat, for example, ito is yung actual 100 CPU used by VMs. Ito yung current na ginagamit. So dapat at least meron tayong 125 o siguro mga another 30% o 130 CPU para dito sa entire allotted. Physical. Physical CPU size. Sabihin, ito yung allotted natin. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, we still have 30%. No? Most probably, around 70% lang yung use natin dito. Okay? So dapat ganyan. Ganun din with the memory. Kung meron kang 100 gig na memory, dapat hindi dapat sakto lang. Hindi dapat sakto din na 100 gig memory din yung physical mo. Dapat at least 130 din yan. Kasi ikaw yung ikaw yung operating, ikaw yung magma-manage dito sa mga to, hindi pwedeng ma-maximize mo. Pag na-maximize mo yung babagal, yung ito maapektuhan yung the entire BM kung konti na lang yung remaining mo na allotted, no, na physical memory size. Okay, dapat powerful yung mga physical server natin o mga tulad nung nabanggit ko kanina, kung yung laptop mo at least meron kang 8 gig. So hindi pwedeng yung size ng BM mo na i-create mo is 8 gig, tapos dalawang 8 gig, tapos yung size lang nung physical machine mo is 8 gig lang din. So 16 gig yung total ng virtual machine mo. So gagapang ka, ibig sabihin mabagal yung magiging operating system mo. Ha? So hindi siya dapat pantay. At least dapat mas mataas yung physical memory. Okay? Or physical size ng mga hardware mo. Okay? Right? Then next. The hypervisor creates virtual machines that mimic the hardware of the physical server, including CPU, memory, storage, and network interfaces. Each virtual server operates independently and is isolated from other virtual servers, allowing for better resource utilization and improved flexibility. So, ibig sabihin nito, minimimic o kinakopy daw niya yung hardware ng isang physical machine. Example, dito, marami tayong mga virtual machines, di ba? Itong mga to. So, kung itong mga virtual machines na to, meron ding mga hardware yan. No? Meron yan storage, meron yang NIC card, meron yang memory, meron din yang CPU, and etc. No? So, lahat yan meron. As in, kung ano yung physical machine, no? Yun, meron din yung mga virtual machine mo. Okay? As in, ano yan? Copy. Carbon copy siya. Okay? So, pero virtualized to. Hindi siya physical. Kung halimbawa yung NIC card, sir, paano ko connect yan? Walang LAN card. Okay? Wala yung NIC card. Okay? Meron virtual NIC card. So, lang yon, chine-check, uncheck mo lang yon for you to be able to connect. Okay? So, siguro on our laboratory, I'll show you on how are we going to do that. Okay? Okay. Next. Server virtualization software has transformed how organizations manage IT infrastructure by offering various benefits that enhance efficiency, flexibility, resilience by enabling the creation of management of multiple virtual server on a single server, physical server. Virtualization software reduces reliance on hardware, optimizes resource usage, and simplified IT operations. So, for example, nito, kaya kung halimbawa meron kang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tapos meron ka ulit another 8, so 16. Kung meron ko pa ulit yan, diba? So, lahat to, imagine to, hindi to mga BM ha. So, for example, lahat to physical. So, meron kang 16, 32 virtual machines na i-manage mo. Meron yang LAN card, meron yang power niyan dalawang power per physical machine. So ilang power kailangan mo niyan? 32 times 2, 64. 64 power. Tapos kailangan mo pa ng aircon. Kasi hindi siya pwedeng mainit. Kailangan malamig ang isang data center. Tapos kailangan mo pa ng network. So dalawa ding network 'yon. So ibig sabihin pagka kailangan mo ng network, kailangan mo din diyan ng switch kasi doon mo i-coconnect, no? So ano rin 'yan, redundancy din 'yan. Okay? So kailangan mo din ng connection papunta sa PC sa storage. Okay? So it's kung kaya siya ginagawang virtualized, no? Kasi it's to simplify IT operations and also reduce din natin yung cost. Yun yung number one dyan, yung cost. Kasi instead na instead na mag-install ka ng mga multiple power sources, no, kakain ng kuryente yan, kakain ng aircon yan doon, lamig yan doon sa data center. So malaki talaga yung gagastusin natin pagdating sa operations pagka naka-physical servers tayo lahat. So if you're going to virtualize it, you're going to manage lang to manage yung servers mo, virtualize lang. No, hindi mo kailangan ng malaking aircon diyan, multiple powers, no? Yung bill mo sa kuryente hindi ganoon kalaki, no? Okay? Moving on. Top benefits, no? Ito daw yung mga benefits ng isang server virtualization, no? We can consolidate, no? Multiple virtual machines can run on a single physical server, reducing hardware costs and improving resource utilization. So this is what I mentioned kanina, no? Makakapag-reduce tayo ng hardware costs, no? Maraming yung management, no? Maraming management ng server, maraming benefit siya. Hindi lang reducing yung cost. Um, and then yung management niya can be easily managed by one person. Okay? And then isolation. Each virtual server operates independently, providing isolation from the other virtual servers. This enhances security and stability. So dito, balik tayo dito. So for example, itong mga BM na to, for example, pangalan niya BM Yellow, BM Orange, BM Blue, and BM Green. Yan. Itong mga to, no, walang parang ano yan, walang connection, no? Hindi siya connected, no? Ang sabi nga dito, operates independently. Ibig sabihin, kahit mag-down tong mga to, i-power off mo to, wala siyang effect dito. No? Halimbawa, laptop ni Juan de la Cruz at laptop ni Mr. Paano ba? Ni Mr. Bongbong Marcos, for example. Magkadalawa, parang ganun lang yan. Totally separate yung laptop ni Bongbong Marcos kay Juan de la Cruz. No, hindi siya totally connected. Okay? Next. Flexibility. Virtual servers can be easily provisioned, scaled, and migrated across physical servers, enabling dynamic resource allocation and work balancing. So, madali mo daw yan i-scale up. Halimbawa, kailangan mong kailangan ng itong application na to needs more memory. You just need to configure it, no? Edit mo lang, halimbawa, ang kailangan mo instead na 10 gig na memory, gawin mo 20 gig. In just few clicks lang using your mouse, you can be able to edit or to add memory. Okay? So, meron din daw, halimbawa, meron tayong dalawang server, no, physical server. Ito yung tinatawag natin na clustering. Pwede siya mag-move from one server to another. Halimbawa, nag-down to. nag-down. Itong server, physical server 1, nag-down siya. So ito, buhay pa rin. Yung mga BM na to, magda-down yan, yes, pero pwede yang lumipat papunta dito. Up pa rin siya. No? So may minimal downtime lang yan. Minimal downtime naman yan, mga 1 minute lang, magre-reboot lang yan. Okay? Then, disaster recovery, like what I mentioned kanina, kapag halimbawa, nag-down yung na-corrupt yung isang virtual machine, you can easily restore it, no, to another physical virtual to another physical server. No, this is only a file, no, na you can restore. Okay? And then ito naman yung key components. Server virtualization relies on a combination of software and hardware technology working together to create and manage virtual machines efficiently. So, yung mga key components mo, dapat meron kang software, and also dapat, of course, meron ka dapat hardware. Yung hardware mo is powerful, no, to be able to handle yung mga uh, virtual machines mo na matataas din yung specifications. Okay? The next, hypervisor. This is also known as a virtual machine monitor or VMM. Hypervisor is a software or firmware layer that enables the creation of management of virtual machines. It abstracts and partitions the underlying physical resources such as CPU, memory, and storage and allocates them to the virtual machines. So ito yung pinaka nagmamanage or nagmo-monitor o BMM, to manage yung mga virtual machines. Okay? So OS, hypervisor, and then mga virtual machines. Si hypervisor running on the physical server, and then si hypervisor is running also in the physical server, but the hypervisor is the one managing the virtual machines. Okay, and then host machines. This server to the physical server refers to the physical server or computer that runs the hypervisor and hosts the virtual machines. It provides the necessary processing power, memory, and storage to support the virtualization environment. So dapat, again, ito yung nagmamanage ng mga dito running, no? Dito running yung mga virtual machines na dapat mayroon ding capability or specifications na powerful. Okay? The next is the guest machine. Ito yung mga virtual machine na i-create natin. No, ito yung tinatawag na guest machine. Okay? So, virtual machine also equal to guest machine. Okay? So, next is the virtual machine manager. The software component allows administrators to manage and control virtual machines. It provides functionality as a VM creator, configuration, monitoring, and resource allocation. So, ito yung ginagamit ng administrators. Yung isa naman, yung the BMM is the monitoring, and then the virtual machine manager naman is the one para ma-manage mo and to control, no, ano ba yung mga functionalities ng mga BM. Okay? And then virtualization APIs, application programming interfaces or APIs, enable integration and interaction between virtualization software and other management tools like applications. So definitely it's also connected to the programming or an automation, just in case na yung mga virtualization or yung mga BM natin, you might need to automate. Alam mo, automate yung pag-i-increase ng memory. Gusto mo pag halimbawa yung application, yung BM mo is malapit na niya yung ma-reach. Alam mo, nare-reach niya na yung 90% ng memory niya. Na gagawin mong pagka na-reach niya yun, it automatically mag-a-add ng additional 25 gig na memory. So, pwedeng gawin yun. Okay, that's what you call the APIs then, or the automation din yan. Okay? And that's all for today. So, on our laboratory, you have to download Oracle VirtualBox or ito. And you have to download it, no? Then dun sa pag download natin ito, mag-upload din ako ng procedure on how to create a virtual machine, on how to use it. Okay? And then this will be our topic for the next meeting. Okay? All right. Thank you, guys.